Okay, everybody, in this lesson, we're going to look at the magic percentage triangle. We're going to talk about finding portion, rate, and base with the percentage formula. Let's make our triangle up here. Triangle is a good helper to help you remember what you need to be doing. Okay, this is going to be portion up here. This is rate, which is always going to be expressed in a percentage. And this is base, okay? So you have to understand what you're looking for in each question. So number one, we have finding the portion. We're looking for P. A $250 laptop, okay? This base is always going to be the total price of your item in a problem like this. The portion is going to be the discount or whatever portion of the base that you're looking for, whatever portion of the total price. So what we're looking for here is the discounted amount, okay? So we're going to set this up just like we did the other problem. Now, what you can do with these triangles is if you cover up the part you're looking for, let me erase that so I can draw it back. If you cover it up with the triangle, then it shows you your problem, what you need to do. You just need to multiply rate times base to get portion. So we did this in the last lesson. We have a $250 and we have a 12% discount. So we need to make this a decimal. And we just move it 2 places. So we have 250 times 0.12. And I'm going to do that on my calculator instead of taking you through the steps because you need to learn to do that on your calculator as well. And your answer is 30. So your discount amount is 30. Your portion equals 30. Okay. Now we have another question. We want to find the rate. Remember, the rate is going to be percentage. Let's make the triangle again so we can fill in our blanks. Okay. We're looking for rate. This is what we're trying to find. A worker earns $180 commission. Commission is going to be a portion on the $4,500 sales. Okay, this is your base. This is your total money. This is the portion that they earn on this total. So this is your base. This is your portion. And we see, what do? If we cover up rate, which is what we're looking for, then we have 180 over 4,500, which means we are going to divide. Okay, and again, I'm going to go to my calculator for that. 180 divided by 4,500, and your answer is 0.04, 4 hundredths, excuse me. But what do we know if we want to make it show the rate? Rate has to be expressed in percent, so how do we make that a percent? Remember, we move the decimal 2 places to the right. So that is a 4% commission that he has made on that sale. Okay, now we have another one where we're going to find the base. So let's make our triangle. And we know we're looking for base, okay? The sales tax paid on an item is $21, so that's the portion. $21 or whatever the base is. The tax rate is 7%. Okay, what was the original price before tax? Okay, and we see how it's set up. So we are going to divide, and we need to make, in order to use it in the division problem, we need to make this a decimal. So we're going to go 12.07. So we have 21 divided by 0.07, and we have an answer of 300. Okay, and if you feel confused because maybe that's a little bit more complicated to make sure you're doing it right because you have to move the decimal, all you need to do to double check yourself is take what is now your base and multiply it by your rate. Remember to move and see what you come up with. And if we do 300 times 0.07, we get 21. And so that's how we can check ourselves and know that we have gotten the right answer here, that the original price before tax was $300. Okay, we've got one more question to work together. It says a company made a profit of $960, which represents 8% of total revenue. What was the total revenue? Okay, let's make our triangle. So what are we looking for? It doesn't tell us exactly. But if the profit, that's going to be your total, is $960. Oh, no. Excuse me. We're looking for total revenue. So total revenue, we're actually looking for base. See, sometimes you have to read very carefully to make sure you know you've read the whole problem. So 960 is the portion because that's the profit. And total revenue is going to be more than the profit because every dime you make in business is not profit. So we're trying to find base, and we know that this represents 8% of this. So again, we're going to set it up with our division problem. And we're going to have our 960 portion divided by our 8% rate. Remember, we need to make it a decimal to do the division. So if we take 960 and divide it by 0.08, then we have $12,000. I'm going to switch to the next page so we have room to write. So we have $12,000. And again, if we want to double check ourselves to make sure that we've got the right total revenue with a profit of $960, all we need to do is multiply this by our 8% profit rate. So we make that 12.08. So if I multiply 12,000 times 0.08, the rate of profit, then I get the $960. So you see, there's lots of ways that you can use the magic triangle to help you with these business problems, with these sort of real world problems, which is what we're trying to get to the point of being able to solve in this course. Okay, guys, there's more practice available in the worksheets. You don't have to turn in the worksheets, but they're really great to go over if you feel like you need some help or some practice working with these kind of problems. As always, feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about anything I've done here.